Top 10 bodybuilders in the world. Bodybuilding is considered the costliest sport in the world as it takes so much patience and money for a proper and maintained body. Bodybuilding consists of many subsports like weightlifting, powerlifting, etc., so everyone's mind has some of the latest outputs of the bodybuilders. Who are the top bodybuilders in the world?
Number 10. Flex Wheeler. The Sultan of Symmetry, Flex Wheeler, is a retired American IFBB professional bodybuilder who debuted at the IFBB World Amateur Championship in 1990. Arnold and Ronnie have described him as one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time. He never won the Mr. Olympia title. He won competitions like the Arnold Classic, which he won 4 times. His nickname Flex was given to him because of his extraordinary flexibility, which he frequently exhibited on stage and during various competitions. As of now, he is a mind-blowing bodybuilder in his professional bodybuilding career. Number 9. Dexter Jackson. Dexter, or The Blade, is an American professional bodybuilder who made his debut at the Arnold Classic in 1999. He is a former 2008 Mr. Olympia. He had a low body weight and fat percentage and was called a paper-thin skin and timeless physique. As Dexter is a former Mr. Olympia champion, he also won more professional bodybuilding titles in history. Some records include 5 Arnold Classic wins and multiple Grand Prix victories. In 2012, Jackson achieved 4th in Mr. Olympia, then set everyone by winning that Masters Olympia at 43, and then his 4th Arnold Classic title in 2013. In 2015, Jackson showed he was still a force to be figured on at 45 when he achieved 2nd at Mr. Olympia, his highest achievement since winning Mr. Olympia in 2008. In 2020, Jackson said he would compete at Mr. Olympia, his final show after competing professionally since 1999. He placed 9th on the show, the same achievement as his Olympia debut in 1999. Number 8. Franco Columbu. Franco is the next most famous bodybuilder of all time. He was also called the Sardinian Strongman. He was 2 times Mr. Olympia's winner, and he was a lifelong friend of Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was also a training partner and business associate. He was also competitive in bodybuilding and took 5th place at the 1977 World's Strongest Man. He also sets many powerlifting records, which include a 525 pounds bench press and a 750 pounds deadlift. Franco was approximately 5 feet tall and weighed around 185 pounds. He was also included in the IFBB Hall of Fame in 2001 and was given an Arnold Classic Award for Lifetime Achievement in 2009. He also participated in the inaugural edition of the World's Strongest Man in 1977. During the event, he went to a major injury. He dislocated his knee, from which he stayed out of the competitions for many years. Number 7. Jay Cutler. Jay is an American IFBB professional bodybuilder and is 4 times Mr. Olympia winner. In his professional bodybuilding career, Jay won countless titles, including the Arnold Classic, Australian, British, Dutch, and Romanian Grand Prix, and the Ironman and San Francisco Pro Invitationals. He won many classic titles in 2002, 2003, and 2004. Finally, he achieved his dream of becoming Mr. Olympia in 2006 as he established a name for himself in the bodybuilding career. He across in various bodybuilding battles for the Olympia 2001, he became 3rd time Mr. Olympia in history. To properly win the title in non-consecutive years after defeating the champion Dexter Jackson in 2009. In 2010, he won his 4th Mr. Olympia title, defeating Heath. In 2011, he was also the runner-up to Heath at Mr. Olympia. In 2012, he could not compete at Mr. Olympia due to a severe biceps injury. He placed 6th in the 2013 Olympia. His career Cutler is being imaged in different magazines and fitness covers. He has not continued his bodybuilding since 2013 and has focused on Cutler's nutrition and supplement business. He is one of the best bodybuilders in the professional bodybuilding career. Number 6. Frank Zane. One of the most famous bodybuilders, Zane is a three-time Mr. Olympia champion and the lightest bodybuilder on the list. He weighs just 185 pounds on the stage. Zane is an American former bodybuilder. He is considered the best professional bodybuilder because of his intense focus on symmetry. Zane made his professional debut at the Mr. Pennsylvania competitions in 1961 and achieved his first Olympia title in 1977 with a 2-year consecutive manner. Some famous titles included in the list are IFBB Mr. America, Mr. Universe, Mr. Keystone, and the NABBR Mr. Universe. During his off-seasons, Frank reached approximate 200 pound and cutting to compete on stage. Zane's physique featured the second thinnest waistline of all Mr. Olympias. With his extraordinary shoulders making for a distinctive V-taper, he is 5 feet 9 inches and has a competition weight of 190 pounds. He is given a nickname in his bodybuilding career as Chemist due to his bachelor's science degrees. He is one of the most handsome bodybuilders in his professional career. Number 5. Phil Heath. Heath is one of the very famous bodybuilder of all time, known as the fantastic gift received by the god for his premium genetics. Phil has some of the best body parts in bodybuilding, naturally. Heath made his professional debut in a bodybuilding competition at the Colorado Pro Championships in 2006 and earned his first and most fantastic Mr. Olympia title in 2011. After 9 years, Phil has achieved 7 Olympia titles with his name, and he kept winning every year from 2011 to 2017. Phil directly competes with Arnold for the joint second number of all time. Phil was placed in the top position at Mr. Olympia, and he stood first in Arnold Classic Europe and IFBB Ironman, winning many championships in his earlier career. In 2005 he won the overall title for the NPC USA Championship. Heath had won the Ironman show in 2008 and achieved the second position to Dexter Jackson at the 2008 Arnold Classic. He claimed the 5th position in Mr. Olympia's title. If he had to win Mr. Olympia in 2023 in November, he would be the oldest winner of the bodybuilding title. He is the greatest and finest bodybuilder of all time. Number 4. Dorian Yates. Monster of the bodybuilding profession, Dorian is an English former professional bodybuilder, and he is known for high-intensity training and massive size, shredded glutes, and hamstrings. Dorian Yates made his professional debut at the Newcastle Pro in 1991. He from there started his journey to win Mr. Olympia titles and made it 6 times consecutively from 1992 to 1997, which gave him the 5th highest number in Mr. Olympia's history. Yates weighs around 280 pounds and is completely cleaned. During off-season, he had a known figure with a bulk of about 320 pounds. He has a professional and fantastic back in bodybuilding history and is well known for the sport's monster era. Yates started his bodybuilding career in 1983 at the Martian Gym located on Temple Row. His record consists of 15 major contests from 1992 to his retirement in 1997. He won every contest and ended his career due to chronic injuries, including the biceps and triceps. Yates is considered to be the first mass monster in bodybuilding. He combined his training. He also believes that his injuries are of his habits of maintaining an extreme level of training while being on a severely low diet and his weakness in the overall body in the profession. In 1987, Yates purchased Temple Gym, located on Temple Street in Birmingham, and continued to do bodybuilding and extreme training. Number 3. Lee Haney. Lee Haney won 8 Mr. Olympia titles, and he still holds the record, friends with Ronnie Coleman, for the most Olympia titles ever won. When Lee Haney, a year later, won his first Olympia title, he continued to dominate the bodybuilding sport for 8 consecutive years. During the off-season, the sport's Haney had reached a weight of around 260 plus pounds, and he lost his weight to approximate 230 to 240 pounds for his next future competitions. He is an American former IFBB professional bodybuilders, and he made his first professional debut in 1983 at World Pro Championships in Atlantic City. President Bill Clinton appreciated and appointed Lee as the Chairman Council on Physical Fitness and Sports. In 1977, Haney had built an appreciable figure and became excelled in football. After a huge conversation with his parents, he decides to leave college and focus on bodybuilding only. After his victory, Lee took time to develop a commendable figure, and after 3 years of rigorous training and dieting, he returned with an incredible package. In 1983 Lee entered an impressive 7 contests but didn't win all competitions. By the end of 1983, Lee had attained the best and most fantastic physique in the world. Haney retired from bodybuilding at the age of 32, but now he has the best physique at age 55. Number 2. Ronnie Coleman. Coleman was born in 1964. He was also called Big Ron in his bodybuilding career. Ronnie is considered the greatest bodybuilder in every professional bodybuilding gym and identity. He was a very kind-hearted and jolly nature bodybuilder. He said famous lines related to professional bodybuilding, "Yeah buddy" and "lightweight baby." In 1984 at the Grambling State University, he completed B.Sc in accounting course in very good high-class grades. After passing the course, he took a job as a police officer in 1989. His friend Gustav suggests he participate in Metro Flux Gym, a moody bodybuilder Mad Dachshund gym. Dachshund offers Coleman premium lifetime access to the gym. After practicing harder and harder daily, he never sees back to life, puts himself forward to professional bodybuilding, and beats Dachshund in his awesome career. Ronnie wins 8 Mr. Olympia, 7 Arnold Classic medals, and 36 more medals in bodybuilding. In 1995 Coleman won Canada Pro Cup, then he went on to win the Russian Grand Prix in 1997. Coleman's success as a professional bodybuilding led to many products and other opportunities in his bodybuilding career. Ronnie has made many guest appearances in many private and professional gyms. Coleman used extreme weights in his bodybuilding career as a powerlifter, squats, and deadlifts with 800 pounds, but despite a heavy lift, he has experienced many surgeries since 2007, including hip replacement. Coleman would travel in a wheelchair if he had to travel long. In 2018 Vlad Yudin documented Coleman's life and career in the Netflix documentary Ronnie Coleman, The King, inspired by Ronnie Coleman's career. Number 1. Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is the former governor of California. He was born on the 30th of July 1947. He is the jack of all trades as he is a producer businessman and one of the best and sharp bodybuilders in the world. Arnold handled weights at the age of 15, and after doing many professional kinds of stuff at the gym and training hard at the age of 20, he won Mr. Universe and Mr. Olympia titles 7 times. He is also a good writer and writes many books on bodybuilding and issued many articles on bodybuilding. Arnold is also considered to have the best chest in the bodybuilding criteria. He gained more popularity as an actor through the movie's Terminator series. Talking about his bodybuilding journey, he began lifting weights practices in 1960 when he was taken to the local gym by the coach of a football team. Arnold's goal is to become the greatest bodybuilder in the world, which means becoming Mr. Olympia. On the first attempt, he lost to champion Sergio 3 times. He tried more and came back to win the competition. He is the youngest to hold the title Mr. Olympia and still holds the title as a record. After the 1975 Mr. Olympia contest, Arnold announced his retirement from professional bodybuilding in the career of bodybuilding period. He admitted that he consumes performance-strengthening anabolic steroids. Still, they are all legal, as he acknowledged that the steroids are very helpful to me in maintaining muscle size. Arnold wishes to win the contest of Mr. Olympia in 1980, and Arnold is training for this role in Conan. He does horse riding and professional running, and he also does sword training, and he does training secretly, and after training and practicing, he was declared Mr. Olympia for the 7th time, and then Arnold officially announced his retirement. As this vibes back, many documentaries are named the highly controversial comeback. So he does many inspiring kinds of stuff in his bodybuilding career, and become one of the greatest bodybuilders in the world.